stretching for flexibility. Walk it out into a plank. Hold the plank. Hopefully you have done some physical activity prior, so your muscles are nice and warmed up. Get into a pike and put heels on the ground, stretching calves. Whenever ready, walk it back, keeping heels on the ground. Try not to arch the back. Hinge at the hips and feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Walk it back a little more. Feel the stretch in hamstrings. And that's it. Bring one leg in front. Hip flexor stretch. Shoulders are inside the knee. And rock back and forth, side to side. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor. Gentle. And bring it back into a frog stretch. We'll do other side shortly, don't worry. Feet are together. Sit back. And try to put chest on the ground in the frog stretch. Feel stretch in the inner thighs. Try to bring the legs a little bit wider apart. And move, slightly explore your hip joints. It should not be uncomfortable, just explore the end of your range. It doesn't have to be static, we're moving. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and bring the other leg forward. Shoulder is inside the knee. Feel the stretch in the hip flexor. Try to push it closer into the mat. And when you're ready, rock back and forth, side to side. Working on that tight hip flexor. And that's it. Bring yourself into a pike and walk it a little bit further than previously, keeping heels on the ground, hinging at the hips, try not to arch. Bring the chest closer into the knees. And find the space where you're slightly uncomfortable, feeling stretch in the hamstrings, and try to straighten the knees. Walk the feet closer together if you can. Feel that slight discomfort but no pain, and try to straighten the knees. we're going to work on the squat depths. Bring all the way down. If this is your range, rock back and forth until your butt is at the maximum depth. Shoulders inside the knees, and we're going to go ahead and lean forward, focusing on the ankle mobility, trying to keep the heels on the ground. And try to sit up tall. And we're going to go ahead and sit into a butterfly. Try to push the knees into the mat. Deep breaths. Feel slight discomfort, inner thighs. And you can walk back, lean back, and try to walk forward. Grabbing the toes for balance and bringing your body to sit taller. Pushing the knees to the mat. Inhale in and exhale. Push yourself a little bit closer into the toes, leading with the chest. One leg out. Let the hips settle into the mat. And we're going to lean toward the knee that is bent. Point toe and knee up. And lean forward. Feel the stretch in outer thigh and glute. Open up that hip, keep pointing the toe and knee up and not to the side. Breathe. Switch sides. Settle into the mat. Point toe knee up. And start leaning forward, stretching glute and outer thigh of the other leg. No rush at all. Wiggle the toe if you want to help yourself relax. Deep breaths. Bring it back up. Legs are apart, arms up, and we're going to stretch the side. Feel the stretch in outer side. Try to lean into that knee. Both toes and knees are pointing up. Wiggle the toes, keep moving. And back up. Other side. If you can, reach for the toe. It's not really required. Important thing is that you feel the stretch along the side. Open slightly. With each deep breath, exhale and reach it closer. Feeling more stretch, but no pain, just slight discomfort. Back up. Deep breath in. Reach. And we're going to lead with the chest and belly button into the mat. Hips are open, knees, toes are pointing up. With each inhale in, we're going to exhale and bring the chest closer into the mat. And last one. Bring it back up. Bend one knee. Bend both knees. Feel that hip flexor. Grab the ankle. And stretch the quad. Bring it further back. Feel stretch in the quad and hip flexor. If you can, point the knee down and stretch. Explore your range of motion. And switch sides. Grab the other ankle. Feel stretch in the quad. Try to push the hip flexor down. And stretch. Toe. And we're going to push ourselves and try to sit and keep our balance. Elbows inside the knees. And we're going to rock side to side. If you can, bring the feet farther apart. Try to keep the heels on the floor. No rush. If you only do a few of these, totally fine, at your pace. And take the legs and straighten them. Walk them farther apart. And we're going to sit on one leg. Hips are back. And bring the hip toward the ankle. Elbow is inside the knee. You can support yourself from the back. If you still are working on ankle mobility or walking, support yourself from the front. Try to put that hip next to the heel and walk it back out into a wide walking stance. And we'll do same on the other side. Hip is back. Try to put the hip next to the ankle. Support yourself from the back if you can. Depending on your ankle mobility, eventually you will be able to walk to the front. And push your body to the front, working on ankle mobility. Elbow is inside the knee. Lean forward. And walk it back up. Wide stance. And fold over, forward. Try to fold further forward. Try not to arch. Fold with your chest toward the knees. And you can let the legs go a little bit further out. Fold it more forward and walk it back in. Sit up. Deep inhale in and fold it. Wiggle the ankles or wiggle the feet at the ankles. Feel slight discomfort in the hamstrings. Reach further forward. If you need to, grab your ankles or your toes. And try to bring the belly button closer. And take it on the back. Butterfly. Let the knees fall and gravity work on stretching the inner thighs. Meanwhile, try to get the inner thighs to relax. Go ahead and bring the elbows up. Open. And stretch them back out. Bring the feet, knees up. And we're going to try to go into a bridge. sliding forward, backward, stretching the abs, back, and shoulders. Rock back and forth. And slowly start bringing it down. Bring the knees into the chest and hug them. Legs up and fold them over. Try to straighten the knees. Folding the chest into the knees and try to straighten them. And bring it back. One leg forward, one leg back. Hip flexor stretch. Grab the ankle if you can. Try to bring the heel into the glute, into the butt. And you can wiggle the toe at the ankle. And take your finger and press in the middle of the foot. And that's it. And now we're going to attempt split on that same side. Try to walk that leg further into the split. And lean forward. Try to walk yourself back. And in the middle, try to reduce the space. Inhale in, exhale, and into butterfly. Support yourself from the back. Try to put the knees on the mat. Bring the hips toward the heels. And try to sit up. Reach over. Inhale in. And stretch. We're going to bring it to the other side. Hip flexor stretch. Try to grab the ankle. flex and point the toe. Try to bring the heel toward the butt. And press in the middle of your foot. Massaging middle of your foot. And now same side. Split attempt. And one side is often more flexible than the other. Walk it forward. And walk it back. In middle. Inhale in, and as you exhale, reduce the space. Sit up straight. Let the hips sink into the mat. And drive the chest into the mat. Inhale in. With each exhale, go slightly lower. Bring it back up. Bring one leg forward, one leg back. Inhale in and reach forward, feeling the stretch. Stretching the glutes. Inhale in. As you exhale, bring it further down, leading with the chest. Switch sides. And try to put the closer knee into the mat if you can. Try to sit up straight. You can bring the legs a little farther to allow yourself a little more room. And bring it down. And that's it. Thank you for joining.